What is going on, guys? Have you guys ever seen the white Yu-Gi-Oh cards and been like, whoa, those are cool, how do I summon those? No, not those. That's the one. Well, those monsters would be Synchro monsters, and we're going to be talking about those in this video. Synchro monsters are similar to fusion monsters in the sense that they're easily distinguishable by their border. So Synchro monsters are going to have the white border along as the Synchro typing in the type list. Just like fusion monsters, Synchro monsters will have the Synchro material right under the typing of the monster. The way that you summon Synchro monsters is typically with one tuner and one non-tuner monster, however that may differ depending on the card. And a tuner monster is distinguished by having tuner in the type. A non-tuner monster is just any monster that doesn't have tuner in its typing. So if we take a look here, Cypher and Gamma is tuner, Soul Eating Overraptor is not. So now you might be thinking, okay, well if it's just a tuner and a non-tuner, I can use these two monsters to make something like Martial Metal Marcher, right? Wrong. Why not? Because stars. In order for you to summon a Synchro monster, the total level of the monsters that you're using to Synchro must equal the level of the Synchro monster. So for example, if you did want to summon Martial Metal Marcher, then you would have to use a tuner monster with, for example, 2 stars, as well as a non-tuner monster with 1 star, because that would equal the 3 stars that Martial Metal Marcher has. Another thing to note too is that sometimes Synchro monsters can also be tuner monsters, like in the case of Martial Metal Marcher, where that card is also a tuner monster. Another thing to note here is that Synchro summons are indeed an inherent special summon, so like I mentioned before, cards that can negate summons can also negate the summons of Synchro monsters. Also, you cannot use monsters face down as Synchro material, but you can use things like tokens. Another mechanic of Synchro monsters is that if they are sent back to the hand or deck, they actually just get returned to the extra deck. That's pretty much across the board for all monsters that are summoned from the extra deck. A couple important Synchro mechanics are that if a monster is not initially Synchro summoned, but it is special summoned from the extra deck, if it goes to the graveyard, you would not be able to special summon it with cards like Monster Reborn, for the same reason that you can't Monster Reborn fusion monsters that were not initially fusion summoned. So with Synchro monsters, you would have to Synchro summon them first. One thing to note here is that sometimes the Synchro materials can be incredibly specific. So for example, in the case of Chaos Goddess here, it takes 1 light tuner and 2 or more non-tuner dark monsters. So this card is incredibly specific and probably why it doesn't really see a lot of play. That's pretty much going to be it for Synchro monsters. If you guys liked the video, feel free to subscribe. If you want to get notified for the next video coming out being Xyz monsters. I hope that these shorter videos make these topics easier to understand. If you guys do want something like a little bit more detail, I can make longer videos as well. Just feel free to let me know in the comments. That's pretty much going to be it. Have a good day.